All right, Ray. I'm just going to put up a really quick video. It's one of these, I keep putting up these beard videos and I always end up breaking my own rules. So I wanted to put up another beard video. Now, like I said, it's a lot of do as I say, not as I do type of stuff because I tell you not to do certain things and then I turn around and do them eventually. But the reason I do it is because I've been at this beard game for a very long time and I've kind of learned how to do things without complete foobar. So what I did this morning was I trimmed the mustache literally way down. I hadn't touched it since before this whole corona pandemic started, which is now going on over a year. I think it was it was before then. It's probably been a year and a half since I even touched any part of my mustache, and it had gotten so long that I couldn't eat anything. And I don't have the patience to manicure and style a mustache. And in my last video, I talked about the importance of having a big mustache to kind of complete the beard. But at the same time, if you have a strong mustache, like I feel like I got a pretty, even as it's short, I don't have any gaps or anything. It all connects. For me, the more important things are like below the lip. Like don't touch this general area right here, especially this area, because it grows so damn slow. But what I ended up doing is I just took a pair of clippers. Now I wouldn't recommend you doing this if you know what you're doing. I took a pair of clippers and I put a big guide on it with about a 1/2 inch. And I started about right here and I just took it down. And then what I did here, from here down, is I tapered it. So I started trimming it with scissors to kind of blend it in instead of having like this 1/2 inch and then, hair growing out. So I just tapered. Once it got into the beard, I just kind of tapered it in a little bit because it was hanging down past the beard, an inch or so, 1.5 inches. So I did taper the ends of the mustache as it grows into the beard, and where above the beard, I just took a pair of clippers and went, and then I took the guide off and I followed the lip around because you have those hairs that grow down outside of the normal clipper area. So I was able to actually eat a meal today without chewing on my mustache. And I think it looks pretty good. It's just kind of like a reset. Now I'll let it grow out again for like another year. So it's like something I would do like once a year. I'm not going to maintain trimming this. This is just kind of like a reset. I was tempted to just trim around the mustache. Actually, not tempted. I actually did do just clipped it away from the mustache, but it just looked so fake. It almost looked like a fake mustache because it was all this long hair and it just all stopped right here. So I think it looks a lot more natural having it all the same length here. Now I would never ever take a pair of clippers and put a guard on and do the beard. That's a big no-no. With the mustache, I've done it a couple times and it's turned out well. Like I said, it's just kind of like a reset. I at times let the sides go natural, but for me, I feel like the longer the beard, the more this area has to be cleaned up, because then I start looking like a homeless guy. So if it's a shorter beard, like if I were to take a couple inches, 3 inches off of this and it was shorter, I feel like it would be more appropriate to have like a natural cheek line, because I don't know, I just feel like it looks more like maintained, because then the shorter this is, it's more of a crisp line. This, as it gets longer here, it just starts to get kind of wild. And what I actually do as it gets longer, like my beard is wet, I just got out of the shower, and what I do is I actually comb it forward into almost like a point. It's blocked off the bottom if I were to comb it down, but it just, for whatever reason, I just feel like it makes it look cleaner. It holds it all together as it gets longer, and eventually, I keep saying this, I've been saying this since day one, is I would like to be able to wear it like put like a rubber band or something around it to hold it. I mean, it is actually pretty long now. I haven't trimmed the underside or the bottom for a really long time. And so I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Like I said, it's all kind of combed forward. And right now I got, I guess it's called beard butter. I kind of introduced that stuff in one of my beard videos. It's Captain Jack by it at Old Wally World. Here's the other side. So, yeah, hopefully you can see that. Again, the cheeks are cleaned up. And what I do is when I initially cut in my line, which, it always freaks me out because I'm so ADHD and everything has to be so perfect. After I cut the line in, from then on, I use a foil shaver so that I can't screw it up after that point. So a foil shaver every day, actually twice a day, a lot of times, because it grows in fast. But yeah, I don't trim the back at all. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't cut that crazy line in like some people do. I feel like that just looks very artificial. I don't like the way it grows in, so I leave the back. The neck is completely natural. The only thing I did this time was cut the mustache back so that I could eat. It's weird actually being able to see my lips again. I haven't seen them in forever. But yeah, that's my story. Oh, and again, I love t-shirts, black t-shirts. I get them as gifts. People buy them for me because they know I kind of live in them. Hopefully you can see the back of this one. This is definitely my motto for life. So hopefully you can read the back of this one. I don't have eyes in the back of my head, but if you can read that, this is from Savage Technician, and if you can't read it, it says, "May the bridges I burn light my way." And that is really kind of the way I look at life. You live your life the way you want to live it, and either people will like it or if they don't. And if they don't, and you have to burn that bridge, burn it and burn it to the ground. You're not here on this planet to make other people happy. Now, obviously, we don't want to go out of our way to be an asshole, but at the same time, we're not here to be a yes man and just do what everybody be what's the word, a rug or someone to wipe their feet on. So yeah, so I just want to make a 8-minute video. I can't make a short video. But just thought I'd make a video on the beard. Just every once in a while you need a little reset. Now, if you're first growing your beard out, obviously it should be gone. You should just not even touch it for like 6 months to a year, just so you can see what you got to work with. And then like me, I've been doing this for like 15 years now, and I know exactly what I got to work with. And I wear it in different styles. Sometimes, who knows, next month I might get this wild hair at my ass and take 3 inches off. But the way you gotta look at it, it's not the end of the world whatever you do to it. You can't beat yourself up about it. You're gonna screw it up. What was it, right before the pandemic, can I even say that without getting banned? Right before that, I really screwed up the sides on one side, and I ended up, I was just going to shave it all off, and then I'm like, wait a minute, let me do a goatee. And I did this big massive goatee, and I tell you what, I loved that thing. The only problem with it was I missed the beard, so I ended up letting it grow in. But I went from having initially just going to shave it off and have to start all over again to basically leaving the slowest growing part, which is right here, leaving it alone. Then the sides, they grew in pretty fast. Before I knew it, I had a full beard again. So don't jump to drastic things if you feel like you screwed something up. Step back. It's like if you take a chunk out of it or whatever, step back and go, how can I fix this without taking it all off? Because I live by the adage, if your dad doesn't have a beard, you have 2 moms. So keep that beard. Whatever beard you got, just rock it. Don't compare it to other people. Just be happy with what you have. And I wish I had pictures of me when I was like in my 20s and 30s. I had the lamest facial hair. you would ever believe. But what I did was I just stuck with it. And I've made a video on this before too about how there's hair follicles in your face that are on such a big cycle that if you shave all the time, you'll completely miss them. And I do believe that if you don't shave, it activates certain hair follicles. Because I know, I'm constantly, every day I'll trim these up here. But if I just, for whatever reason go, I'm going to leave it. And in it usually takes like 2 or 3 weeks, but then I'll start noticing all this new growth that I've never had before. It's just like it just needed to be just left alone and not shaved, and it would start popping in. And if you know anything about hair follicles, as hair grows in, it grows in as a very light, thin piece of hair. And then, as it sheds and grows in bigger, the more cycles it goes through, it gets thicker, darker, more dense. And honestly, it's my opinion, I don't have anything to back this, but I believe a lot of guys would have bigger beards if they just, sucked it up and just let it go, and just to see what follicles on their face they could activate over time just by letting it go. Now you're going to look like a homeless dude for a while, but eventually, do I have the greatest beard in the world? No. I mean, I like it. I'm very happy with it. I don't compare my beard to other people, but it is a million times better than when I started. I never thought this area would fill in. Never thought I'd have the sides filled in, because actually, if I let it grow in, I've got hair all the way up to here, and never in a million years did I think I'd have that. But I've been rambling on long enough. This is supposed to be like 3 minutes of me just showing you how I chop my mustache down, but then I got to go off on all these tangents. Anyway, again, if you've been at it for a while and you need a change, don't be afraid to trim things down, but just realize that if you're not good at it, it's going to be FUBAR. But that's okay too. You learn from your mistakes. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, and see you on the next one. Bye.